Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me. Oh, one more time. One more time for the bull. Yeah, Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for. We talking about the Vikings right now. We talking about the Vikings, man. And you already know the AP. And it's crazy because I got the AP jersey in the back. I don't know if you can see it with the autograph, but we talking about Adrian Peterson. Adrian
Mike
Peterson.
Sports Vibes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for vibing.
I love AP, but I think it's time for AP because there's rumors going around saying that he wants to continue playing. And I honestly think it's a money thing. I didn't look up his net worth, but he made over $100 million. You know what I'm saying? In his career. I'm not really sure his personal life, and I'm not trying to get into his personal life. I just want to talk about the player, the myth, the legend, Adrian Peterson, a.k.a. All Day. Yeah, so Adrian Peterson wants to play. I hope he just retires. And I'm going to say this right now. He went to a few teams. He was on the Detroit Lions. He was on the Washington Commanders. He was on the Cardinals. He was on the Saints, a.k.a. the Aints. And yes, I'm going to call them the Aints because I feel some type of way about the Bounty Gate. What they did to Brett Favre was just crazy to me. And they should have, it was cheating, in my opinion. But whatever. You know what I mean? I ain't going to get into that. It was just a little bit too much trying to break people. I ain't going to get into that. But yeah, Adrian Peterson wants to play, and I just feel like he just needs to just retire, maybe be a coach, do something other than play. Because like I said, running backs get hurt. Running backs have a lot of wear and tear. Out of all the positions in the NFL, the running back position is the position that gets hit the most. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's break it down. AP's career, because he's great. Adrian Peterson, in my opinion, he is definitely top 3 greatest running backs of all time. He definitely is. And I don't care what nobody thinks, because this is just my opinion. And guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk my talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk that talk. And if you don't know now, you definitely know. But in 2012, Adrian Peterson was the MVP, beating out the great Peyton Manning. And yes, Peyton Manning was that guy. He was a beast. He had that year. He could have been MVP. It could have went either way because Peyton had 37 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But the myth, Adrian Peterson rushed for over 2,000 yards. 9 yards away from breaking the Russian record, and that was set by Eric Dickerson in 1984. He rushed for 2,105 yards. Adrian Peterson in 2012 rushed for 2,097 yards, 9 yards away from beating that record. Isn't that so amazing? Like. And then you got to think about the type of players that Adrian Peterson played with. And I'm not hating. I'm just stating facts. It brings back memories. There's some great players on offense. Not too many great players, but on defense, there's a couple of ballers on there. But Leslie Frazier was the coach that year, right? Leslie Frazier had a record 10-6 that year. We were second in division. Christian Ponder was the quarterback. No, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. That's cheering. Christian Ponder was the quarterback that year. Percy Harvin was the number 1 wide receiver. And Percy Harvin, I'm not hating on the guy, but he's not a number 1 wide receiver. He had a lot of injuries when it comes to his head. His migraine injuries. He had 677 yards that season. He's not a number 1 wide receiver. But let me get back to AP real quick. But AP, for that year, for his career, he rushed for 14,918 yards for his career, 120 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson is 6 foot, 220 pounds of muscle. That ain't no fat. That's all muscle. 6 foot, 1 inch, 220 pounds of muscle. And he had a 10-year career with the mighty Minnesota Vikings. And yes, I had to get the AP jersey autograph. That's my guy, man. I had to get that autograph. He played 10 years with the Minnesota Vikings, and I don't even count the other years because he made his name in Minnesota. He will always be a Viking. Once you're a Viking, you're always a Viking, no matter what team you go to. That's just my opinion, especially if you played more than half your career in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's definitely one of the greatest running backs of all time, hands down. Isn't no debate to that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There's only a couple that you probably put above him, but he's still like in 2008, he was a touchdown machine. In 2008, he rushed for 1,700 1,760 yards, 10 touchdowns, and he had one of those runs that it was 67 yards long. He was that boy. That's the one thing about AP. You might stop him a couple times, and then all of a sudden he gets once he gets to the secondary, he's gone. It's touchdown all day. That's why his nickname is All Day, AD. You know what I'm saying? In 2009, right? He rushed for 1,383 yards. The man has 18 that boy had 18 touchdowns. Almost swear just now, but I didn't, and I'm thankful I did. But yeah, 18 touchdowns. Oh my gosh. And then that year he had a 64-yard run for a touchdown. That man is just simply amazing. I just feel like all the accomplishments, man, like you don't try to just play the game. I mean, maybe it's a money situation. I'm not judging him, but it's just like, dude, like it's kind of like messing up your career in a way when you keep trying to go to all these teams and you're not the same. That's like Michael Jordan coming back to the NBA right now. Right now, Michael Jordan's gonna come back and try to play. No, your body. He's 38, and like I said, the running back position cannot take. They don't have long careers. They have a lot of wear and tear on that body. So, but yeah, he played with on the defensive side. He played with Jared Allen that year in 2012 when he won the. That year when Adrian Peterson won the MVP in 2012, Jared Allen had 12 sacks and one fumble recovery. You got my guy Kevin Williams, the William Wall. I think Pat Williams wasn't. I think he either retired or I'm not really sure what happened to Pat Williams that year. Antonio Winfield. Oh my gosh, man. Bringing back memories. Jasper Brinkley, linebacker, Brian Robertson. In offense, he had Kyle Rudolph and Jerome Simpson. Like, somebody like Kyle Rudolph, I like. Jerome Simpson, like, come on, bro. Like, what was they thinking when they was drafting these wide receivers or trading for these wide receivers? I mean, I know it was a different time. We was running the ball a lot, but goodness gracious, you need something to go. You need a wide receiver that can beat you at all levels. You know what I'm saying? And Percy Harvin, he was all right, but he all right. He all right. He ain't bad, but he ain't good. He all right. But yeah, Adrian Peterson, I think that you should probably just retire, bro. Maybe be a coach. Maybe do something else, commentator. Start a podcast. People will listen to you, man, because you don't need to put that wear and tear on your body. After all those years, you already did it. You already one of the greatest running backs that ever put on a uniform. And I just think when you keep on trying to come back, it's just looking bad, bro, because you're not really doing what you used to do. You know what I mean? You're not going to be who you was. So just kind of hang it up, bro. Hang it up, bro. But yeah, man, I ain't going to talk to it. I just wanted to break some things down. And yes, he did beat Peyton Manning for that MVP. And people was salty about that. People was mad. They said, how he going? Man, because he almost broke the all-time rushing record in a season. He almost did it. He was 9 yards away. That's why. He put the team on his back. If you take AP off that team, they wouldn't have won a game probably. And I'm just speaking facts. But yeah, you already know. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for vibing with me. I really appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are a Minnesota Viking fan. Yes, man. Thank you for vibing with me. I really appreciate you. And I'm out.